Live. All right. So what up, y'all? Welcome to the G Spot. I am Lady G.
I am Bo Black.
And today we have our special guest, comedian Kevin D. Williams with us. And we're going to wait for a few of you to kind of tune in so that we can get some of your comments. Please comment in the comment section. We got a little fun activity going on later. So
like people always late.
They are. But we got white people with Latinos too now. We're gonna invite. They probably on time now. They probably here.
They got their seats early. You know, they was waiting outside.
So let's just kind of catch up a little bit, Bo, because I know the last show or the last live stream, I should say, because it's not necessarily a show. We talked about you going to take some photos in Bed-Stuy of some of the protests that were going on. Mm-hmm. And we have a couple.
Right. I made sure I took a picture. Like the Black Lives Matter mural is huge. Like I grew up walking up and down that street my entire life. That encompasses the entire street. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can kind of get a perspective with it. You see how smaller people are in comparison to the letters. So I couldn't get with my camera phone the entire thing like I wanted to. I need a helicopter and an iPhone, I think. But I managed to get Emmett Till. I took pictures of certain names.
Yeah.
Right. These are all of the names of brothers and sisters who have been killed at the hands of police. There are actually a few more who weren't killed by police, but they were still killed at the hands of oppressive white violence.
So now, are these people local to New York right here?
No.
Or are they?
No, these are people from all over the place. Brother Aubrey's got his place on the mural. Sister Taylor has her place. Brother Floyd. Just a few people all over.
This is beautiful, but I'm so used to New York being like a hustling, bustling.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you still there, Kevin?
I see him, but I can't hear him. There he goes.
You can. Hey, you get Yusef Hawkins. I have a friend that's a comedian, and Yusef Hawkins is one of those right there. And he grew up with him, and he tell me about the trauma that happened when he ended up getting killed.
Wow. I wouldn't say irony. A block away from this is the Yusef Hawkins Memorial since he passed. They've refreshed them and updated them over the years. This one that's currently up is a little faded and dated. So I'm assuming that they're gonna do it again. But since Yusef Hawkins died, I don't know if you remember this, G, but he was in, I believe it was Bensonhurst or Bay Ridge, some white enclave neighborhood, and he got chased by some white boys that didn't want them brothers in their neighborhood. And I believe he got hit by a car on the highway or something like that. They chased him and killed him. I think they beat up some of his other friends with bats and shit like that. And it was very polarizing. He was from Bed-Stuy. And I remember that as a little boy. He got buried right there at Lewis Green Funeral Home on Troy Avenue. But like a block away from where this is his mural. He's not on this particular mural, but you can go see his mural if you go see this one.
How long ago did that happen? You guys know?
Ooh, that was what, Kev? Mid-80s?
89.
80s? Yeah, 89.
Yeah.
Right. I was, like I said, I was a little kid.
I was in the military I was in the military in California. I remember that story. of him getting killed. And it was like 30 of them. It was a lot of them, but only two or three of them went to jail.
Yeah. Well, you know how that was. And it was about, they walked around bragged about it for years that they got away with it.
Yeah.
Wow. That is I'm shocked.
And it destroyed their family. My friend tell me, he's like, after that, their family like delved into alcoholism and drugs and jail and stuff. See, it's effects of stuff like that people don't see.
Right. It's more than just a hashtag. These are lies. You see, I made sure I took a picture of Sister Taylor.
So justice for Breonna Taylor, I know that's been a big push lately. Her killers are still free. So
yeah. I don't understand how you can name a law banning the activity that took her life and not arrest the people who took her life.
It's so crazy, isn't it? The psychopathic nature of this place that we live in. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I think this is clearly very inspirational, Bo. I did not do anything close to this on the weekend. I was in Atlanta, so ATL.
Oh, I know what you was doing in Atlanta. I know what you was doing in Atlanta, shawty.
Yeah, social media was going down. We had the strippers and all that good stuff, but we were quarantined with a beautiful group of ladies, so that was a good experience for me. So that was fun. And
one fella, if I'm not mistaken, man, did he have his quarantine on? Did he have his mask on while he was shaking his sausage maker?
He had on his bright gold outfit, you know, looking a little bit like Earth, Wind, and Fire or something like that.
Ah, so he's in there talking about, do you remember?
But that's the only picture you had?
Yes.
She wasn't stripping, Cap. She wasn't stripping.
I can't share nothing else. I didn't get the approval, so I'm not going to go forward.
I know, but
no, we need to get some.
So you were swiping, going, nah, not that one. No, not that one. No, not that one. No, not that one. No, not this one right here. This is good.
The ones that I put on even social media was like, they were the safest and they had too much ass. I mean, I just couldn't do it. Shout out to our sponsors though. Shout out to the sponsors. And I think we have 2 prospective sponsors joining us next month too. So that's exciting. So definitely shout those folks out and check those folks out. Comedian Kevin Williams. So this ought to be interesting because you're a native of Chicago, born and raised, Kevin?
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Born and raised and still here.
So how long have you been doing comedy and what made you start?
I've been doing comedy, man. See, it's a different start period for me because I started when I was in the military. And so I don't really count that time because I didn't really have to depend on it. But I was a working comedian. I would work at night. I was traveling also. So I think I got out in like 98 and I've been doing it, full time ever since then. And I've always wanted to try it. And then once you try it and you good at something, well, I really wasn't that good at it when I first tried it. But once you get over that fear of being on stage, you want to keep going. And so I just kept going. And man, the first time I got paid, I thought I was the man. $25, you couldn't tell me nothing.
That's
and
awesome.
That did it. I was like, they paying me for this? I'm like, I'll do it for now.
Right.
What branch of the military were you in?
I was in the Coast Guard at the time.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Salute.
Don't hear about too many black guys in the Coast Guard, do you?
No, because I was thinking that myself. I said, they got brothers in the Coast. I was in the Army myself. I was like, I didn't know we was in the Coast Guard.
Well, actually, I did 5 years in the Army myself. I did 5 years, and then I did 7 in the Coast Guard. But this is how systemic racism gets into every conversation with black people. The reason why the Coast Guard was not big with black people is because in the 60s, senators, rich people would send their kids to the Coast Guard because it's considered military service. Well, the Coast Guard wasn't going over to the Vietnam border.
Right.
And it was a secret. It was a secret between rich people. Black people didn't know that.
Mm-mm.
Only black people knew was Alex Haley.
Roots, right? What's your name, boy?
So
he was in the Coast Guard. So black people, you don't hear about black people in it. So that's systemic racism, man. It's just you start
everywhere
to see that.
And I never even consider that branch of military ever. Hardly.
No, because you know why? When you're in high school, who you see? Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. They're
barely
fighting.
Air Force. Barely Air Force.
Barely. You know why barely Air Force? Because it's the better the service, the least they go to high school. Because the Air Force is not a service it's about brains there. It's about knowing.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't getting in the dirt. Tell me one Air Force movie where somebody was in the mud. Shoot, this was the
Right.
Air Force.
What they say in the Army when you wasn't doing nothing? What they say you had on? Air Force gloves.
What? Say that again.
No, I said when you was in the Army, you wasn't doing nothing. They said you had Air Force gloves on because you weren't doing shit.
That's right. That's
you
right.
had your hands in your pocket.
Right. So every time you do something, you ain't in the Air Force, get to doing something. So that's how, like, they don't push us toward that. They push us toward the Army, the Marines, and the Navy.
More so the Marines, believe it or not, in my opinion, because the Marines seems to me to be a bit more vicious in their reprogramming of recruits into soldiers. The Army is a bit more judicial, a bit more benevolent. The Marines don't really give a shit.
Nah.
All right.
They recruit though.
They do recruit, but yeah, Lady G won't push us forward.
Yeah, we moving on,
too much
y'all.
time over
We're
here.
not recruiting. We ain't going into the Army right now. So yeah, we're gonna move on.
We'll talk later.
Y'all can share y'all war stories later. But salute to both of y'all. Straight up, hats off. Respect, for real.
You know we can see you drinking your juice, right?
Yeah, we saw that. You may as well do it on
D
camera.
on her cup.
Nice. Everybody take a drink, bro. Drink break.
I'm gonna send y'all some G-spot love.
Got the G on the cup. What I got?
I'm gonna send y'all some G-spot mugs. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you
okay,
should.
So let me see if we got any comments yet. Not somebody said that's hot. I think they were talking about the mural in Bed-Stuy. All right, so y'all chime in with y'all questions. We do have Kevin. So Kevin is going to tell us as much as he can about a situation that's going on. And we're going to ask you all in the audience to kind of give us your insight to the situation. Basically about a person who stole his content, his material. But because of some legalities, he can't necessarily reveal fully who that person is, but we're going to try to determine and figure it out ourselves. So we'll do that in just a second. Bo, I know you wanted to ask questions about the girl that you dated and how it's like dating a comedian.
Well, way to lead my inquiry. Thanks. No, I was just going to say years ago, I had the opportunity to date a comedian briefly. And while she wouldn't let me see her set, her complaint was that people always expected her to be funny all the time because she was a comedian. And the thing was that for me, when I met her, there's no way you could have told me she was a comedian because her personality was so Britishly dry. It was just, yeah. And it was just like, I don't understand the comedian thing. But apparently she was a different person on stage. So my question to you is, are there or have you experienced a similar stereotype or expectation when women find out that you're a comedian, in so much as how they're going to be geeky with you all day, like, Martin or something?
Well, I try to avoid them because I can see them coming. So I don't. But I mean, if somebody genuinely wants to engage me and ask me about my profession, yeah, I'll sit there and I'll talk to them. But, I've been doing it for so long, it's just like, and I hate to say this, but if it ain't really making me no money, it really not really interested in me. And I mean, if it's a fan and they enjoy my stuff, yeah, I'm not gonna just blow them off. But I mean, I'm not gonna entertain you for free, But
they gotta give you $25. You got $25.
When I was younger, I would do that. When I was younger, yeah, $25. But when I was younger, I would. But now I got too much stuff to do.
Right.
So in other words, $40 an hour, right?
40.
40. You're thinking some jokes.
I'll take 40 really, for real. I will take that 40.
So Kevin, were you always funny, or did something go off in your head one day like, you know what, I'm gonna just try to write? Because you're a writer in essence.
I didn't think I was funny. I used to think all my friends were funny. Like I thought I was like not the funny one, but my sense of humor really didn't evolve until I joined the military. I think I was practicing in grade school because I was a terrible student. I never did what the teacher said, which was like, that didn't go together because I had one of them real strict mothers. That don't go together. You know what I'm saying? Like I can act a fool at school, but when I come home, you know what happened? I went to school in Chinatown in Chicago, and it was a project. We had to go to school with the Chinese kids. And my mother also had to shop in there. And I forgot that my teacher and my mother shared the same grocery store. And they met up one Sunday morning. Oh my God, it wasn't pretty for me. My mother reached in the shopping cart after talking to my teachers and made me put all the cereal back.
That's the worst thing that happened to a kid.
Do you know how long a walk that was? That took like the space was still there when I took the box out. I just put it in.
This never happened. That was never here.
That's dramatic. I just want to talk about some of the things you've done too, because you've had a pretty decent career. I'm gonna move my little video over here.
I ain't rich yet, but yeah, it's decent.
Well, you know, I mean, career, that's relevant. I mean, what is it? Relative, right? You know, it depends if that's what you're looking for. Yeah. But I mean, to have done these things, how many people can say that?
Right.
And you might be rich, you could be lying, how we know? But you've done BET's Comic View, Def Comedy Jam, you've done Jokes and Notes, which is in Chicago, which I think is a phenomenal place. I've been there a few times, and I've seen some of the greatest acts that are currently doing amazing things there too. So I think that's sometimes slept on. But we wanted to show a clip from your Jokes and Notes. But before we do, is there anything that with these venues, that experiences that you would like to share? Like what was that like?
Well, with Jokes and Notes, you know, they closed down. So we really, right now, the only Black venue we have is Riddles. And that's what I like to see, because I'm strong in front of Black audiences. Y'all don't know, I can do white audience, but if you want the real Kevin, the funny Kevin, I love Black audience, because I can tell them, I can talk to them. You know what I'm saying? I could talk, like in every Black household, if there's no aluminum foil, there's chaos. Did I lie?
No.
Nope.
Tell me your mom, Bo. Your mom ain't never woke you up at 3 in the morning to go get some aluminum foil.
By the time, wait, I understand what you're saying, but by the time my mama could do that at 3 a.m., I wasn't in the house.
See, you were an exception. She'll yell out the window, "Oh, give me some aluminum foil before you come in."
I'd be like, "Mama, look in the junk drawer. You know it's a junk drawer in the house."
I just want to know what she was doing.
That's how it is.
Needing aluminum foil for. That's all. Like what she could.
It woke her up. She felt, oh, ain't no aluminum foil in here.
I might have to do some beads or something.
My spirit ain't right.
All right, so for everybody that's tuning in, we're gonna watch a small clip of Kevin D. Williams doing his thing. I want you to pay attention to his style, his flow. He's really good, really funny, by the way. So hopefully you can check him out on YouTube. But we want to know who you think stole his material. And then we're going to talk about that right after. So give me a moment to pull this up. And we'll get right started.
Kev got all the snacks, yo. We're going to do it at his house next time.
Notice I'm disagreeing.
Yeah. He got the drink on one side, he got the snacks on the other side. They're doing the ultimate wop.
You're supposed to be sharing, Kevin.
You know what I'm saying? You see the way he drinking that juice? He ain't sharing shit. That's Drake. That's Drake. You don't share Drake.
I don't even know what kind of juice that is.
benefits of
probably got a
living
little
by
something on it.
yourself.
All right, so this is at Jokes and Notes in Chicago, where it no longer exists, which I didn't know. So thank you for that information, Kevin. But let's just check them out for a moment. Hopefully everybody can hear this okay.
Kids, I do much. I gotta move, man. I gotta move. I like my apartment building I live in. Every morning I gotta go up by this girl. She under her baby daddy window protesting him. She had a sign and shit up on under the window. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. Got the door behind her. My daddy ain't shit. My daddy ain't shit. Boy, put a towel on for a diaper. No pampers, no peace. No pampers. Ooh. I gotta move. I got a shitty apartment for real. I got roaches and they taking over. The other day I saw one of them at the door signing for a UPS back. I'm like, I got this. Go get back in the cereal.
I love that cereal joke, yo. That's everything, bro. Okay, go back in the cereal. You so used to, you know where they at.
The cereal was to him, right?
That's right. Got to keep them in order. They still here.
That's some Joe's apartment type stuff there, yeah?
The other day I saw one crawling up the wall. He got to my thermostat, turned it down, and walked away. I was like, you don't pay no bills.
Right, that's the violation. You don't be touching thermostat around here.
So for the people who are watching, if you can, in the comments, tell us who you think stole his content. I don't know if you want to set any kind of background information, Kevin.
Oh, sure, I have it. I'll let you know it was done on a popular morning show that's not going on right now. And what I did was I wrote the joke and the gentleman said it on the morning show. And what irked me is like he never said anything to me about it. And how I found out is somebody posted it. It was so funny that somebody posted, oh, so-and-so said this and said my joke verbatim. He tags me, and the guy said, yeah, but I gave Kevin credit. Now, let me tell you about credit. I took it to the grocery store. They had me taken off the premises.
That shit didn't
My
fly.
landlord does not accept his credit.
Right.
I am a professional. I've been doing this for years. I've been to school. I have a degree in television writing and producing. I studied at Second City. Yeah. Those things cost money.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't just use my talent whenever you want to and not reimburse me. That's what I'm talking about. So, and it's a code in comedy. You never steal anybody's material.
So you know
that's just the code.
You knew this person personally, or y'all have worked together?
Yes, I worked for this person. I wrote an article for this person in Humor Mill, July 2014. Oh. If you want to go there, Google it. He's on the cover. I wrote the cover. I wrote the cover article. Okay. That you don't gotta guess no more. You can, if you can Google Humor Mill, July 2014.
Okay, so we getting a little bit of the juice tonight. Okay, so well, I'm gonna do my homework after the show. I ain't gonna put nobody out.
I wrote the article. Hey, he on the article. He on the cover like this.
Okay, because your video just went out for a minute, but it came back in. I think Bo somehow left, but he'll join back. So people watching, tell us who you think stole Kevin D. Williams' material and used it on a morning show that no longer exists, by the way, and is a very well-known comedian. Tell us who y'all think. Bo.
You know, I'm saying it because, hey, I'm saying
I'm
it
here.
because, you know, I work hard in my material and I work hard at this. And If I did that to him, he wouldn't like it, you know, and I'm not, you know, we being professionals, when you do professional stuff, this is the effects and you know what it is. And that's all I'm saying. But I'm a good guy, really.
And so you can't name who this person is right now because of some litigation and things that are going on.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I know it's not him, but I know he's comedy's biggest thief. So I'm just gonna put his name out there just for the cause. Carlos Mencia.
Oh no.
I know. I just had to say his name. Yeah, I know. He's just the biggest.
And you know what? And one thing about Carlos Mencia, I don't know if he stole and they say he did, but the man's still doing his thing, and I just wish him good luck. I mean, that's one of the worst things to be labeled a joke thief, and he's working through it, man. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
He's been getting the rough end of the stick for a few years now.
Yeah.
From other comedians, not from the public, but just, you know, in the comedian circles and stuff.
Yeah, but he did it from the public too because they heckle him at some of his shows, which I don't understand. Because I wouldn't pay $30 to heckle somebody.
Right. Right.
So
that makes no sense. But okay.
Their thoughts on who they think it is so far. My guess is
Can we?
A Wayne's brother. I'm not sure which one though. I don't know why.
I wish I did.
Now you said a morning
brother.
It's enough of them now.
Yeah. It was a morning radio show.
Yeah, morning radio show. Is the host still alive or has he passed?
He's still alive.
Still alive. In syndication?
Is the show?
So is it syndication, his morning show? Not in syndication. It's a local market.
It was when it was open, when it was on. It was on for 20 years, dude.
I know. I think I know who you're talking about. I'm a little shocked.
What? Okay, we're gonna have to have a meeting after this because I'm lost.
Yeah, we'll cruise through this. We'll cruise through this. Look at Javon.
Is it?
But he can't tell us one way or the other. Okay.
He just gave us a clue, but I didn't catch it. I know that shit.
How about that? Okay. And we'll come back to this because people might be thinking I got some questions, and I'm like, what? But
this is fun. This is fun. This is fun.
y'all mentioned the comedy world having a certain flow and way in how they do things, a culture to it, if you will. What are some of the things you love about that comedy culture, and what are some of the downfalls or the negative things that go along in that lifestyle?
Well, some of the things is I'm gonna start with me. I'm gonna say this. Luckily I met people early in my career that were steering me to do comedy and to do good. My first person I ever worked with was this white lady, and this when Never Comedy Jam was out, and I was first learning to MC, and she owned these 3 comedy clubs, and her name is Anita Fletcher, a dear friend of mine. She came up to me, and I was hosting her show for the first time. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna introduce her. I'm gonna be good. And I was like, how you doing? I'm Kevin Williams. She hands me a paper. She goes, don't curse. And I learned not how to write without cursing, how to be funny first. And that helped me in white rooms at that time because they would only book one black comedian. So I can't go up there and do Def Comedy Jam in front of a whole lot of white people. So I had to learn how to write and be funny. So a lot of comedians, they don't learn how to host first to be a good host. They're trying to write and be a funny comedian to be a headliner. If you learn how to be a host first, you will ease your way into the profession. And a lot of them don't do that. And then I could see that. I could see that in younger comedians. Like, they always want to be the funniest. Like, some nights you're not going to be the funniest. You have to, it's okay to go up there and try to be the funniest, but sometimes you gotta work out material. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't go up there. You have to say, I don't know if it's funny, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
And if it ain't funny, I'm gonna take the dagger.
Because you know, one of the things I've noticed is you have people who do content and they rush through it, or it could have been good, but they just didn't quite hit it in the right spots. You know, you notice that. So I can see the hosting thing, and hosting isn't an easy thing to do. As a teacher, you have to control the room and feel who your audience is, and you know what I'm saying. So I definitely can dig it.
You have to. It's like any job. You have to learn from the bottom up. You know, and if you do a good job, the people like you're hosting for, like when I was young I was hosting, and I know this comedian. He's not real big now. His name's Shucky Ducky. I know y'all ever, but I used to
Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. I know Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. I know that cat.
I used to host for him when he was big, and we used to work together. So one night they had this DJ come up. I'll make this real quick, and she goes into this thing and she brings every night I would bring him up. I would tell this stock joke, and the audience would laugh, and I would go, "You guys ready for your next comedian?" And bring him up like that every show. One night this DJ comes up, kills the crowd. And so he comes up, has a terrible set, and I left. And like early in his left, I just went back to my hotel room. I get back, I'm asleep. An hour later, he calls me. He's like, "Look here, don't you ever let that chick call me up to the stage ever. If she in there, you take the mic from her. Don't you ever." And he appreciated me for that. And that made me feel good because he gave me a lot of advice. He helped me out. Like I worked for him like 6-7 times after that, you know. Yeah. So a lot of comedians now, they trying to be the big guy already. Like they want to go from open mic to a sold out arena.
Right.
And you can't do that. So it's learning the steps. And one thing I want to say, don't ever forget that comedians, the longer they've been doing it, the better they get. It's not, oh, they've been in it so long, it probably ain't funny. Trust me, if they've been hitting the stage, they making money at this, they funny.
So I went
to
a Sinbad show maybe like a year ago, and I'm like, okay, you know, it was free. I'm like, okay, what, you know, excellent. The man incorporated his grandson into his material. It was so poignant, on time. It was lively. It was interactive. I was like amazed. Beautiful.
Sinbad is a genius. Yeah. He's hilarious. People don't understand. We saw him as he was coming up. Now, everything info he processes and it's coming out Sinbad. He is hilarious.
Wow.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I can dig it. Bo, I'm sorry I had cut you off, but you look froze, Bo.
No, it's okay. It's all right. No, it's okay. It's okay. We got a lag between us all, so it's gonna happen. Yeah. Don't worry about it. My question to Kev was two-part. One, I see your appreciation for Sinbad's style and his ability to be a non-blue comedian without the Bill Cosby aspect of it. He's this generation's, or has been, this generation's comedic version of Bill Cosby. You know, the father figure, didn't curse, was still hilariously funny, could act and all that other jazz. Now, outside of Sinbad, growing up, even before you wanted to be a comedian, like who stood out for you as a comedian? Who did you look up to?
I was always drawn to comedy, like at every level, like cartoons. But when I was younger, and I have to admit it, my mother used to have parties and leave the Richard Pryor album just laying around Saturday morning.
That's right. Live on the Sunset Strip.
Hey, no, I go back to This Nigga's Crazy.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you something.
The albums.
Let me tell you, my mother took me to see Richard Pryor live in concert. Me and her, I was 14.
Oh man,
me and my mother. And when I got older, I asked my mother, "Mom, why did you take me to, like, what mother takes them child, their 9th grade child, to see Richard Pryor, and he's talking about having sex, everything." I said, "Why are you taking
a
me
mother
to
of
see
a
that?"
comedian?
She was like,
mother
because
of a
I wasn't leaving
comedian.
you at
There
home
go.
by yourself and I wanted to see the movie. I was like, great parenting, Mom. Great, you were great.
I fell in love with Richard Pryor when I was a little girl. I watched that movie JoJo Dancer. I think
Yeah.
it was a depiction of his life, and I fell in love with him since then.
Yeah, and that really happened, the thing with the car and everything. And they're trying to make a movie of his life right now, which his ex-wife is really, she's holding up stuff. This is what I've heard, that she's holding up stuff. And you know, I would really like to see that movie.
Yeah.
Who have they picked to play Richard Pryor?
Mike Epps.
Okay.
Actually, I think they did some kind of comparison side by side, and I think Mike would do a good job. Well, who would you have?
Okay, visually. Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta hate my hater card. It's right here. Nobody, honestly. Nobody, to be honest with you. I get a no name. I'd get a no name comedian, somebody that doesn't even necessarily have to look too much like him, because with CGI and all that, you can fix that part. But Richard, my GOAT comedian, his delivery, his intelligence, his inflection, his timing, all unique to Richard. I mean, it would be akin to the way Jamie Foxx played Ray in order to get that right. Yeah. And I mean, just having a popular comedian play it, I think would do a disservice to Richard's legacy, which was his ability to transcend culture, class, and style in order to tell these crazy ass life stories, and his perception that was unique to him. He's the only one to be able to do that with such, like you said, making money for a long time. Throwing Mike Epps in there, because personally, I would give a damn if he see it or not. I don't think the nigga that funny. He's a playoff, for me, he's like a playoff comedian. He's like the sidekick comedian. You know, he's the abbot to the, you know, he's not really like when he played.
Is that because they chose him as the second runner-up to Chris Tucker during that whole Friday?
No, because I watched his stand-up, and he's not funny unless somebody feeding him jokes.
But let me tell you, you know what, Bo, you're right. One thing I do not, I will say he's funny, but one thing I don't like about him, he doesn't tell stories. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's a punchline comedian.
You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that takes a subject from beginning to end and tells a story. Yeah. That's what Richard Pryor can do. Like with his mud bones. Right. Like if you ever heard him do mud bones.
Mud bones, right.
Like well get some little tiny feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take that's writing, that's taking your humor. Now, Richard Pryor had to take what he held, like Mudbone was a guy that grew up around him. He took that and made it a whole story out of that. That's one thing I will say, Bo, I agree with you that Mike doesn't, he tells jokes. He makes people laugh. I can watch, he makes me laugh, but he doesn't tell stories.
I appreciate the stories. There's all my favorite comedians, Red Fox, Eddie Murphy, they're all storytellers. Now with Red Fox made you think while he made you laugh. He didn't give you the whole joke all the time. He would take pieces of the joke out so that you would have to fill it in order to get the joke. That's what I loved about Red Fox, and he did that consistently.
Right.
And comedy has like evolved since then, right? So much so. But it feels like now that it's kind of got stagnant. I don't know. I'm not in that arena. Do you think that there is room for growth and that things are moving forward and it's a bigger venue for people to be a part of? Or has that kind of changed?
One thing about this pandemic, we all on the same level right now.
Right.
All them comedians that was doing them big theaters, guess what? Them big theaters gone now. So we all on the same level. So now you gotta really much think about where you at and how you gonna get to where you want to go or maintain where you want to do without the the comedy clubs without doing those big theaters. You got to get on television. You know, for me, I'm more of a writer. That's where I want to strike it because I write stuff. So I'm not just a comedian and all I can do is do stand up. I'm also a writer. So that's what, answering your question. That opens it up right there. When you have a side, when you can do something to the side. If you was just on the stage, where you at now?
On Instagram, on TikTok.
Right.
Not
If it's making
TikTok.
you money, yeah.
Hey, maybe not TikTok, you're right. But that's what I was gonna say when you say all the comedians down at the same level. Like everybody's at the Instagram level now. You know what I'm saying? It's all through this medium right here. And now you have to be even more distinctive now because you have to work with these cats that got this branding and this name recognition on your level now.
Yes. Facts.
But that's how the cream rises to the top, though. So
yeah.
And to be real quick, that the person we was talking about, we supposedly might be doing an interview next Tuesday. So I really want to see how this plays out.
Okay, so anybody, because there were a few people that joined. We were talking about somebody that stole the content, Kevin's content, and if you wanted to guess who that could be, because he's going through litigations and other things, we can't necessarily name who this person is, but he's dropped all these clues. So if you have any idea, please chime in and let us know what you or who you think it is. I said there was a Damon, or not a Damon. I said Damon Wayne. So I'm gonna stick with that person. Bo, you said who now?
You so close.
I was teasing.
You wrong, but you were so close.
Hey, I'll take that wrong if I'm close. Bo, you thought it was somebody else. So who were you?
Yes.
Now you're wrong.
Yeah, because he said close when he said the Wayans brothers. And I'm trying to look at that. I know, but when Kev said that you were close, I started looking at that family, that comedic family tree, trying to see where that stretches out to see who he could be referred to. That's what I was thinking. Like some of them cats say, not the biological tree. I just mean the professional relationship they have with other comedians.
Bo, you going the wrong way. When I said she close, I was saying it on a name basis. On a name basis. Not family and all of that.
So, but he gave so he did
give us a. You know what though? I'm gonna watch this back. I'm gonna be like, where in the world is Carmen San Diego with this Africa man? I'm gonna figure it out. I have to go back with my pen and pad, write down all the clues. I watch Scooby-Doo. I know how to solve a mystery. Goddamn.
What's the name of the magazine again, Kevin?
The Humor Mill.
The Humor Mill.
Right. I was looking that up and I got distracted. Hold on. Well, no, y'all keep going.
Yeah, if you look it up, don't name it now. Ain't nobody said nothing.
I'm not.
Nobody has an idea.
And what was the year? July what?
July 2014.
July 2014. This particular person stole.
Wow. So it was 6 years ago this month. Wow, I just thought about that.
Isn't that something?
Wow.
Anniversary, honey.
I used to write, produce, and co-host this person's podcast for 2 years.
Hey yo, Kev, can you real quick, not to change the subject, but can you do that? I went to a church homecoming bit for me real quick because this looks hilarious.
Oh, I'm sorry. The church homecoming. I'm sorry. Which? Because I got so.
No, it was a. It said I went to a church homecoming. It's just a thing on YouTube. When I looked up your thing, the title alone just made me want to giggle.
But you know what? They probably got it mislabeled, so I don't know what.
Yeah, probably because it was at somebody else posted it from somewhere else. It's got your tags on it. Some from Lab Factory.
Probably
older.
Older women. Oh yeah, that's just me talking about dating older women. Older women are different because you got it. Older men should get older women because older women don't have male friends. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, how old are you talking about now, Kevin?
Like they have male friends, but they don't have sex with them.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they friend,
Yeah.
like you ain't gotta worry about that.
Oh,
See?
okay.
Like men, don't if they got a female friend, you better check it out. Cause
if he ain't, he trying.
I had a female friend. We was just friends. He called me at 3 o'clock in the morning, mad at her boyfriend. She put the phone down and opened the door. It was me. I was butt naked. I was butt naked with some Hennessy.
Ain't nothing open that late for legs, honey.
And you was ready as hell, wasn't you? Shit.
I had some Hennessy and some Haagen-Dazs.
Haagen-Dazs. So I know we are gonna get out of here in a moment. God, time has passed and we just laughing and having a good time. But before we do, I got a couple more questions. Because we never quite answered that negative part of the comedy world, what that's like.
Well, I'm gonna say as far as income, because it's so many comedians now, they will undercut you in a second. If they can get your job at a lower price, they will do that. So, like I'm on this website called Gig Salad, and they'll put out, hey, somebody wants a comedian, blah, blah, blah. Give us your quote. Well, a comedian gonna try to go to the lowest quote, you know what I'm saying, just to get the gig. What they don't understand is they're lessening our value.
Overall, right.
Overall, when you do that, well, I do it for this. No. Don't. Everybody should give a high quote. So they'll at least have a base price. If you going way below that, you're not doing it. So it hurts us all together as a collective, not just me. It hurts other comedians. So I would say that's the negative part of it.
Okay. That's honest. I can dig it. Yeah.
Now, Kev, Steve Harvey once mentioned as being a comedian. Sorry, Chief.
No, go ahead.
The third eye. You remember hearing him talk about that? That third eye the comedians have that allows you to see the things and be able to relate them in the manner in which other people find humorous. But there's a dark side to that.
Well, it's a dark side. To me, the dark side, you can never turn off your funny. That's the dark side. It's there. When you don't want it to be there, it's there. Like I was at my aunt. My aunt died. She was 103 years old. Wow. And her friend, who's like 101, was 101. She was there at the funeral, and they stood her up to speak. And she goes, "Well, I'm so sad Willa Mae gone. She used to babysit me." I was like, "Wait, hold up. Why are you coming in my aunt like that?" She gonna get a last dig at my aunt. She only 2 years younger. Hold up.
You know we care about our age, honey. Don't go there.
Come on, 2 years now. What she done did? She gone. You won. Come on. So that's me thinking in the funeral when I should not be thinking that. I should be thinking about my aunt. She's gone. But that's the only dark side. You cannot. To me, that's not even. I think you should always turn it off. You just can't turn it off when you should. You have to.
Some shit ain't funny. Some shit funny, but you shouldn't be laughing at it.
No,
right?
Bo, everything's funny till it happens to you.
Wow.
That's a laugh, though. You can't be laughing about it.
But when it happens to you, just give it time. It'll be funny.
Damn. I don't know if I should be optimistic about that or, you know.
The only thing that's not funny in life is something tragic or death.
Yeah.
But if you was walking down the street and you tripped and fell and spilled your coffee, you would be mad in the mud for what? The whole day?
Nah, me, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna be the first one laughing. I'm gonna crack up at myself.
See, okay.
I give a fuck with somebody else laughing.
You gonna be mad when your knee hit the ground. It might last 10 seconds. You're gonna be like, I can't believe you would laugh. All you do is give it time. It's funny. Not if you saw me walking and I fell, you'll immediately laugh.
It's funny until it happens to you.
I'd be like, hey, bro, you all right? You all right? Ah!
That's black people. Black people see if you all right first. And then they try to act. They be like, you all right? Did you see, old boy? You good? You good? You good? That's black people fight.
Yeah. We're going to check to see if you're all right before we bust you left.
Look, they put on an Oscar-winning performance. You okay?
Kevin is funny. So what's next, Kevin? I know we're all quarantining. I know you mentioned you're a writer. Are you looking to do some writing and movie producing? And maybe we need to talk.
Oh yeah, I've been writing scripts since like 2008. One of the ones that I'm pushing, that I'm very excited about, and I don't even mind talking about it, because I'm gonna put it out there. And I really think this story needs to be told. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Step and Fetch It.
You broke up a little bit. Can you repeat that again, hon?
Have you ever heard of Step and Fetch It, the comedian?
Oh yeah.
His story is phenomenal. But we as black people use his name in a negative way, like, oh, you a Step and Fetch It brother. Mm-hmm. Well, that character he created was the only character white people would let him play in movies. He wanted to do more, but he was so successful playing like he was always sleepy and tired and he could barely talk. And they thought they labeled him as the laziest black person on earth.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. The whole shtick was him being lazy. He embodied lazy niggas.
Right. But he made over $2 million in the 1930s. You know how much money that is?
Wow.
He was one of the richest one of the richest black entertainers in the country. He was the first black actor to get his name on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Why we don't know about this guy? He has an extraordinary story. And I wrote a script about it, and I'm just hoping that somebody wakes up and see we got a story here.
Well, we're going to, because we can work. I have
are you aware?
Guy. I'm sorry, Bo. I have a film guy. I would love to talk and try to get that together. We can.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry, Bo. Bo? How lagged is Bo?
No. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Huh? What? I'm here. What's up? Anyway, yo, Kev.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele has an open submission policy with his Monkey Paw Productions. I don't know if that helps you out.
I'm still waiting for him to get back to me.
Oh, but just here, I've been dropping stuff in. I think I got like 2 or 3 projects in. I just keep throwing. You never know. I just didn't know if you were aware of that. But
yeah, I did.
Just shopping around.
Hopefully it'll get back to me. But I really think this is a story that needs to be told. I would like to produce it myself.
With you.
I agree.
Well,
I would love to
see that. Doesn't matter if there's a will, there's a will.
I would love to learn more. I didn't even know. So to hear that, I'm interested in learning more. So.
Oh, yeah.
That might be something that you could do. We could do with the production. G.
You said
you wanted to start doing some stuff.
You said Red Fox is one of your favorite comedians. He was supposed to play Fred Sanford, and they cut him off, and Red Fox got the part.
Oh.
Wow. Did not know that.
Yeah. Because this, oh my God. In the set, he did a skit with Flip Wilson on the Flip Wilson show about an antique dealer and his son. He's like, hey, let's make a TV series about that. But CBS came out with a documentary called Black Entertainment, and they called him a race traitor for the roles he played. And NBC came back and said, you know what? We don't want to deal with you. So they got Red Fox. They thought black people wouldn't watch because they thought black people didn't like him.
Wow.
Ain't it funny how white people tell us what's offensive to us?
Yeah, that's why I was thinking the irony. Like, really? I don't, you know.
See, you know why you don't know him? When he got older, they start cutting his parts out of movies because they told us that it was offensive to black people.
It sounds like they didn't want to pay the man eventually. Like maybe he was getting too much money or residual income or something.
Oh, this guy was a genius. He was smart. He was getting money out them white people like it wasn't nothing. He was using them. He had a black phone and a white phone in his house. The white phone was for white executives calling him. The black phone was for his friends. In the studio days, I'm not gonna go over, I know y'all got time. In the studio days, they made you get a manager. The manager works for the studios. You would have to get them 10% of your pay while the studios was paying the manager. Stephen Fletcher was like, why I'm giving this dude 10% of my money? He made up a manager. He was like, yeah, my manager will get back with you. He was his manager. He read his contract, signed them, and sent them back.
Wow. That is incredible. Well, I can't wait to watch your movie when you get it going. I wish you the best of luck.
Or at least read the script.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Everything.
Very much so.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. It's been a hoot. I've had so much fun. I kind of lost balance because I'm laughing, so much. But thank you. I really appreciate you being here with us, Kevin.
Thank you. I'm glad you guys have me. You guys, don't forget to let them know about my podcast, and thank you guys for having me. And continue success on your show.
Shot your podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
You
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hey, Javon, next time I'm in Milwaukee, you better come see me.
I got you. We gonna kick it.
Okay, definitely.
We free out of quarantine.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get up the Marlin spot, so just so you'll come up there.
Okay. There.
All right.
All right. Well, that's us checking out, y'all. G-Spot, Kevin, thank you. He has his own podcast. We'll try to get that information out to the people who watch.
Yeah, I said it on Spotify.
Okay, Spotify. All right. That is it. Love y'all.
That is it. Love y'all. Be good. See y'all next week.